I must wash my hair tonight. That's if I have any strength left when I get home.
Why don't you have it trimmed a bit?
Oh, you get used to a style. I can cope with this. And don't throw them in there like they were old rags.
It's the idea, mate. The punters think they're getting bargains.
They are. The reduction she's given them.
Most of it's old stuff we'd be glad to shift. We need space for new stock, don't we?
Yes, but you still don't give stuff away. She's got no idea.
That's why she owns the place and you just work here.
Why don't you have your tongue trimmed a bit? Oh, another one. Can't they read?
We're not open till 9.
There is a queue, you know. What do you think?
Sorry, dear. Not allowed to wait now. Can you take these,
It's
Gail?
all right for you.
Morning, Mrs. Howard.
Morning, Mrs. Matthews.
She's keen, isn't she?
Yes, been hovering about like a flaming vulture ever since we got here. That's gone 8.
I know that one. She'll want to try on everything in window. She'll not be told it's 3 sizes too small till seam split. Be lucky if she ends up buying a pair of knickers.
Oh, God, blow up for us, will you, kid? It's probably the last chance we'll get today.
Won't be that bad.
Oh, I don't know. You know, when I worked at Miami Modes, the girls always used to say they'd swap the first day of the sales for 10 rounds with Sugar Ray Robinson any time.
Sugar Ray?
The Muhammad Ali of his day. Still, a little shop like this, 3 of us should cope.
Oh, I can't stop. No, I just dropped in to see that everything was organised and to let you have those substandard nighties. I picked them up over the weekend. You can let them go for $1.50 each. They're a snip. I'll try and pop back later if I can.
Yes, but
Good luck, girls. I'm sure it'll be quite all right once the first little rush is over.
Aren't you
not
open yet?
5 to yet. And if Tessie O'Shea out there wants to try on those size 8 jeans, I'm emigrating. Definitely.
As long as we found something for you.
You've been very patient, dear.
Oh, that's what we're here for. I mean, what's a couple of hours between friends?
Have I been here so long? Lily'll think I've got lost.
I wish she would.
Do you know, it's not her fault if you've nought in her size.
We've plenty in her size. She'll not look at her size. She's convinced she's a 36, eh?
Wouldn't mind, but she's been stood on the doorstep since 8 this morning.
Well, she's no better to do. I mean, she's no kids and her old man's loaded.
You're joking.
I am not. Rough as they come. Made a fortune from demolishing them cute little houses. Some of us still live in, thank God. They have one with 3 bathrooms.
Well, I wish she'd use one of them. You ought to spend an hour in a little cubicle with her.
Why does money always go to the wrong folk? And I have to spend half an hour debating whether to splash out a £5 on a new top.
If I were to give me a cleavage like that, I'd spend a tenner happily. Mind you, what I could do with at the moment's a new pair of feet.
Oh, cheer up, kid. It's not quite 10 o'clock yet.
See you, girl.
I don't suppose I could put the kettle on again.
Well,
Gail, Chuck, could I have your advice for a minute?
No, I couldn't put the kettle on again. Yes, Mrs. Ogden.
Hey, what do you think of this? Does it suit me? Or is it a bit too young, would you say? I want your honest opinion now.
Terrific.
Honest? Well, it is half price and it's somewhat a bit different to what I usually wear. I thought it might give me a bit of a boost, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, if you think so, I'll take it.
Well, this rate will stay open, but nobody'll get rich.
oh, I thought you were rich enough.
I'm not in business to get any poorer, dear. And that's only too easy.
Oh, I know. I was married to a bankrupt once upon a time.
Weren't we all, dear? I'd call it the secret of my success. How's Gail getting on?
Oh, she's getting the hang of it.
I've had such trouble with girls in the past, dear.
Oh, she'll be all right. She'll do it. Look, do you mind if I get off?
Oh, you carry on.
Before I go, she had a bit of trouble with a customer this morning. She was quite right, mind you. She refused to exchange something, and I stood by her. I don't want to bore you with the details, but in case she comes back, the customer, that's what it's all about. Name of Mrs. Ogden.
Is she likely to...
To come back and see you again? Well, she said she would, but does not like it now.
Thanks for the warning. How did those Swedish pants go?
Quite good, really.
I'll order some more if I can get them. She can see we're closed.
Oh, it's this woman. She wants to change her smock. She's been back twice already, but it's got scorch marks on
Yes,
it.
I've been told. All right, let her in. Better now than when we're full.
You needn't bother telling me you're closed because I'm not coming
As a
back.
matter of fact.
Are you the lady what's the owner around here? You are the owner, are you? Because I don't want to waste my time.
Is there anything I can do for you?
You can tell me why I've been insulted in this shop. Insulted to my face. Mind you, I know that's the attitude these days. The customer's a nuisance. You don't have to tell me that.
Is it about a garment, dear?
There might be some people around here who'll put up with it, but I'm not one of them. I won't be called a liar, and I won't be made a fool of.
It doesn't sound at all like my stuff.
No, you weren't here. Now, just tell me this. Is my money as good as anybody else's? Right, well, so's my custom.
Is this the garment, dear?
Yes. Now, I brought it back in the normal way. Oh, I don't want to take it out on you, because I try to be reasonable. But I've been outraged. Outraged! And I think the least I'm entitled to is an apology.
It's been worn, washed and ironed.
I'm talking about an apology.
And I'm talking about this, dear. I can't change it.
But there's a mark on it, a brown mark.
It's a scorch.
Well, it was there when I got it on. That's why I washed it to see if I could get it out.
I'm sorry, dear. You'll get no apology and no exchange. So if you don't mind...
Oh, I see. Comes down from the top, does it? That's the attitude. Flog 'em any rubbish. Flog 'em any old rubbish. Yeah, well, I remember when there was a proper attitude in shops.
Yes, I'm sure your memory goes back a long way, dear.
Aye, the folk round here got teeth longer.
Feel free, dear, to stand there as long as you like. Shout your head off.
Oh, all in it together, eh? Bunch of crooks, licensed to rob, fleece the public.
I've got a very good lawyer. I should leave off slander.
Oh, there's no slander. I'm not slandering anybody. If I say that you're employing people what have been added for shoplifting, that's not slander. Truth can't be slander. And if you didn't know that, well, you do now.
Dear God, it's crowded in here.
Oh, it's got round at your back.
I've never seen any of them before.
It's this quiz that's on tonight. There's a big notice on the door, didn't you see it?
Oh, well, you know me.
You know what Deirdre does for your complaint?
What?
Puts her glasses on.
Ah, yes. Well, life is much nicer when you get to our age, when it's blurred. Isn't that so, Betty?
I'll tell you when I get there.
Oh, you'll be struck down, you. Oh, can I have a gin and tonic, love?
Hey, it's Bet's birthday today, you know.
Is it really?
Oh, shall we be very kind and pretend we haven't noticed? Just something Emily told me.
What about?
About, well, you wouldn't believe how malicious some little people's minds can be. Do you remember when Doc Greenhouse was nicking that stuff from Miami Modes?
Yeah.
Do you remember who got caught for it?
It was you that nearly caught for it, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, guess who's dragging all that up again? Oh, come on, Len, let's go somewhere. Just drive anywhere.
Yeah, okay. It's a bit familiar, all this, isn't it?
No alternative, have I? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? The first person she thinks of is me. Hilda tells her she's got a thief on her staff and she comes straight to me. But she didn't give you the third degree, did she? Oh, no, that's ridiculous. Never even occurred to her. I'm not saying Sylvia still suspects me, but wait till we're a pound short of something again one night. Or someone walks off with 3 pairs of jeans again. Then we'll see. No, I can't live with that. Wondering whether I'm honest or not. Because I am honest. Very honest. No, I've no alternative. I'll have to hand in my notice.
Gail,
What?
come over here.
What?
It was me Hilda was talking about.
Eh?
Skeleton in my cupboard, one of the many.
You a shoplifter? Oh, I don't believe it. You're too open.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, love. But I once knew a church warden who fished pennies out of the offertory box. You should do it with a magnet on a piece of string. Don't take people too much on face value, love. Most people show a very different face to the world.
I still don't believe you're a shoplifter.
Well, I'm not.
What are you on about?
Well, I was once accused of being.
In a court?
Yeah?
What do you find?
No.
Well, there you are then.
Mud sticks, love, and I've got bits of it stuck all over me.
Makes no difference. I'm still packing it in.
Why?
Well, you're not daft enough to tell Sylvia all this, are you? She might give you the sack.
Well, that's a risk I'll have to take.
Don't be daft. Anyway, it doesn't alter my position. She still insulted me, even thinking Hilda meant me.
Gail, come off your pedestal. You look ridiculous. Sylvia is running a shop. There's more stuff nicked out of shops than there is from Wells Fargo. Look, she's got to be suspicious to stay in business. Look, you leave Sylvia to me. She's a very practical lady, whatever else she is. And manageresses as efficient as yours truly don't go on trees. So get on with your work, Miss Potter, before I thump you one.
Yes, Mrs. Howard.
All right, don't say it. Your face says it for you. You think I've done myself one in the eye, don't you?
I think I know. And so will you when you try and find another job. You know what it's like trying to find work nowadays, like drilling for oil in the Park Lake.
The trouble is I like that job, except for her bossy little ways.
Well, why the hell didn't you tell her she was barking up the wrong tree? You could have explained things to her quite simply, without blowing your top.
Oh, no, it's not that easy. You don't know what it's like when you try to explain to somebody that you once had up in court for something you didn't do. And then you try to explain that your case was dismissed and you were found not guilty. And then you pause to take a breath and you can tell by the look in their eyes they don't believe a flaming word of what you've said. You see their nasty minds ticking over like fruit machines. Click, click, click. Oh, yes, there's no smoke without fire. She was lucky she got away with it this time.
Hey, are you doing it again? You're working yourself up again, aren't you?
You asked me why I didn't explain to her, and I'm telling you why. And I'll tell you something else as well. I've done too much explaining too many times, and I don't like it. And I am never going to do it again.
That's it, then. End of job.
I'm sorry I lost my temper, but I'm not going to crawl in back there and beg for my job back. Flaming Hilda Ogden. She's opened her mouth a bit too far this one. Start up.
Oh, dear. Have a light out, please.
Yes, in a sec.
Oh, take your time. You usually do.
Excuse me a minute.
Hold your coat.
I want a word with you.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I believe you said one or two things about me to Mrs. Matthews.
I don't know any Mrs. Matthews.
The woman that owns Sylvia's shop. You know who I mean.
Oh, yeah, well, what about it?
Yeah. Well, I'd like you to say to my face what you said to her. About me.
I don't know what you mean. I've got better things to do than go around talking about you.
She told me that you said to her that she was employing a shoplifter.
Oh, no, definitely not. She's got it all wrong.
Oh, well, in that case, perhaps you wouldn't mind going down to that shop with me and repeating what you said in front of me.
I'll do no such thing.
Because you're a liar, that's why.
Now, don't you go browbeating me, Elsie Tanner. If I did say anything to that woman, I didn't say no more than the truth.
You and your evil tongue, you want locking up and the key throwing away. You've lost me my job, you have.
Well, that's your hard luck.
I thought I heard voices. I hope you ladies are not having an altercation.
And just what do you mean by that, Hilda?
Well, there's your dentist for one, if we're talking about folk wanting locking up.
please.
It's very obvious to me where he learns his habits.
What are you saying? I could swing for you, Hilda.
Yeah, I know.
Ladies, please, if you want to have a fight in here, give us a few days' notice. We'll get some tickets printed. Now, meanwhile, you're frightening the gentlemen, so please calm down and try to contain yourselves.
All right. I've said all I've had to say to her. And I'll tell you something else. I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole.
You know, you want to be careful what you say, Elsie Tanner. Your tongue will get you into trouble one of these days.
Elsie?
Hello, love. Why aren't you at work?
I'm just going. I just thought I'd pop in and tell you what Mrs. Matthews said at shop this morning.
Oh, talking about me, were you? No wonder my ears were burning, tearing me to pieces, no doubt.
No, nothing like that. Actually, she said she was sorry she got you back up yesterday.
Mrs. Matthews said that?
Well, they might not be in the exact words, but she said if I saw you, would I ask you to call in and have a word with her?
I don't believe it. She seemed very glad to see the back of me.
Any time, she said. Oh, I'm starving. You know that chippy in Charlotte Street? Have you any idea what time they close?
About 1:30. If you get round there now, you find them open.
I'm not hungry. I could eat a cow and a butter tart.
Hey, Gail! I've just remembered that chippy closes Wednesday dinner.
Oh, she'll love you when she gets there all starving and out of puff. What do you think of Mrs. Matthews?
I think she was offering you an olive branch.
What do you think I should do?
Snatch your hand off.
Yeah, well, perhaps I'll walk round there. I've got nothing better to do.
You have. You can lose your temper.
Oh, no, I'll be as cool as a cucumber. I've had my row for today.
Very much. Hope to see you again. Don't leave me to do everything, Gail. Bad enough you dawdling over your lunch and coming back late.
I didn't have any lunch.
Well, you certainly were away long enough. By the way, did you see Mrs. Hard and give her her cards?
No.
Really, Gail, can't I trust you to do anything?
Sorry.
Well, go and put the kettle on. I feel a desperate need for a cup of tea, or I shall probably start a migraine.
Yes, Mrs. Matthews.
Hello?
Mrs. Howard.
I heard you wanted to see me.
I do?
Yeah. Do you or don't you?
Yes and no.
Well, what sort of an answer is that?
Yes, I do want to see you to apologize for, well, doubting your word. And no, I don't want to see you because I'm angry you didn't just explain everything. Wouldn't that have been the simple thing to do?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, I've said I'm sorry, which I don't often do because the occasion rarely arises.
So am I.
So the incident's closed?
Yeah.
Good. You can start work then, and I can go home and have a long lie down. I'm supposed to be the brains of the business, not the workforce. Gail!
Yes, Mrs. Matthews.
You can forget about that tea. I'm off to have something stronger.
What did I tell you?
A whole flaming load of lies. Still, I'm grateful.
And I'm still starving.
Or if it has, I've missed it.
What hasn't been on telly yet?
Samson and Delilah.
Victor Mature and Eddie Lamar, it has.
Oh, I must have been out.
She was lovely, wasn't she?
Oh, Eddie Lamar, she shouldn't be allowed. If you look like her, you should be locked up. It's not fair on the rest of us.
Oh, I don't know. You can be too perfect, you know. Puts people off. They get scared.
Scared? She's had 6 husbands.
Yeah, well, who wants husbands?
Oh, plenty of people.
Yeah, and I'm one of them.
Oh, well, we must have a little chat sometime, love. I've had 3.
3?
Yeah. We'll talk about it some night. But I better be off now. I don't want to be late first day back, do I? Oh, will you send me a couple of them pies for my dinner, love? Oh, good morning, Mrs. Sharples.
Up to your old tricks, are you? Late again?
May I say how nice it is to see you so early in the morning? Their day can only get better now, can't it? Ta-ra.
How'd you like to live again? You do it all different.
Oh, not different, really. I just shuffle it around a bit. You see, I was always doing the wrong thing at the right time. I see, take my first husband, Arnold. I was married to him when I was 17. He was a right dead leg, he was. Right out of it, right out of the reckoning. You know what they say, see? When you don't know how, you can. And by the time you know how, you can't. Not that I want you to get the wrong impression, but I was just thinking, you know, I was wasted on Ireland at 17. Now, if I could have been married to, say, Steve at that time, or Alan, or, well, maybe Steve. You know, they're very strange, them American fellas. I think it must be the way their mothers bring them up.
I'll kill them.
It's no use kidding yourself. What's gone's gone.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing you can do is live each day at a time and try to enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I can honestly say, if I put my hand on my heart, I'd have to say I'd enjoyed most of it. Mind you, some of it's been flaming horrible.
Story of my life so far.
Yeah, well, I think most people are the same. The ones I feel sorry for are the people who can only remember the bad times.
Yeah, me too.
Right, go on. What were you saying?
Eh?
Go on, what were you saying?
I was saying I better get off to work before I get the push.
Well, blow me.
Ain't Sunday grand?
It's all right when you've got a couple of kitchen maids to cook your breakfast for you.
Oh, that's 'cause you've got the bacon and eggs. Our cupboard's bare and we're up to our eyebrows with rain.
Have you seen this?
Oh, what? Not another minister pole squatting in the hall together.
Teenage witch dominates businessmen.
Businessmen?
Oh, there's 5 of them.
All at once?
Separately.
How?
Well, you know how.
Where?
Well, one was on a bunker on the golf course.
Bayek, you two like your ration of Sunday paper sex, don't you?
Well, it's harmless.
Yeah. Except her eyeballs keep getting a bit grimy, popping out and rolling over the floor.
I don't think the word sex was ever mentioned in our house when I was a kid. Not once.
It's 'cause it's a new invention, isn't it? According to my mum. I mean, it didn't mean the same then as it means now, does it?
Hmm?
Any road? Are you any better for it?
I don't know. Maybe we are, in a way. It didn't seem to mean as much. The word, I mean.
Did you have a lot of boyfriends?
My share?
Were you good looking as a girl?
Yes. When I was all dolled up.
Well, looks important then. I mean, more important than figure and personality.
I don't know. Yeah, they seem to be. More important than they are now, anyway.
Step in the right direction then, isn't it?
Sorry, love, we're not open yet, not even for alcoholics.
Heck, I wish I were a lady of leisure.
So do I. Betty, could I have a word with you, please? Yeah? Look, have you said out to the kids about finding somewhere else to live?
Oh, give us a chance, Chuck. I mean, I tried to get our Gordon to do it, but he's unloaded it back onto
Well,
me.
will you tell them, please? It's not very nice for me living under the same roof and knowing they're going and them not.
Well, I mean,
I thought Rini might have said something.
Oh, come on, fair's fair. She took that place as vacant possession. It's not up to her to tell him, it's up to you.
I will, though, honest. But not on a spring bank holiday. Not when we're enjoying ourselves.
You know your trouble, don't you?
What?
You're as daft as I am.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Elsie, how's it going out there?
Well, I wouldn't call it exactly dream-like. More of a nightmare.
Oh, who's in charge?
How many getters do you need?
Doing with them cloths? Pardon? Your cloth that he wants to go on like this.
You do use more like that, Mrs. Sharp.
Look, either I'm in charge of these tables or I'm not. Now, which is it?
You're in charge, Mrs. Sharp.
Then do as you're told.
She'll use more tablecloths if she puts them on that way, love.
That's what I keep trying to tell her.
Mrs. Sharpwood, she'll use more tablecloths if you put them on that way.
What's your job?
Refreshments.
Then get it done and leave us to do our job.
Leave her, actually. Ah, never mind, love. Our day will come. Oh, and by the way, Mrs. Sharples, make sure you get all them tablecloths off properly before we bring the food out,
Oh,
will you?
get away with your chin.
Hey, up, let the dog see the rabbit.
Hello, just got up and coming in already.
I'll have you know I've been out of bed since 8:30 this morning.
Oh, yes, and putting your guns on ever since by the look of you.
Now then, we all have to keep up our appearances. That is if we have any appearance to keep up. Now, where do you want this lot put?
Oh, put them all to that, will you?
What are them?
The toffee apples still mine you don't.
Cheeky.
I don't care if I never see another pound cake as long as I live.
Why? Are they that bad, love?
No, they're not. I just don't fancy eating them, that's all.
Tell you the truth, neither do I.